platinum?
Silver.
Silver.
Only. Yeah, because I was off for a year because of my brain injury.
Didn't I find you in the gold and platinum board?
No, Premier and Silver.
Premier and Silver board. Okay, cool.
Close to gold. I mean, yeah, close to gold.
Thinking. All right. Okay, we're live. All right. Let me turn off the volume on my computer. Hold on just a second. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can you hear me okay, Betty?
I can, yes.
Okay, good. All right. I'm going to log in the business tips on my phone. We're live. Yep, we are live. All right. Welcome, everyone. This is Lisa Zimmer with doTERRA. I'm a doTERRA Blue Diamond. What I like to do is teach people how to use doTERRA products and teach them how to help other people use doTERRA products by sharing and building doTERRA businesses. So that's what you're joining me today on my Facebook educational group called Lisa Zimmer Essential Oils Biz Tips. If you're watching this on replay on YouTube, please join my Facebook group. I have lots of free videos, education, training tools in the files tab of my Facebook group where you can learn how to build your doTERRA business faster, simpler, and more duplicatably. And I have a special guest today that I'm super, super excited about because I found her, Miss Betty, who's a silver with doTERRA, who's been building for 3 years. I found her by reading the comments in a Facebook group. And so she posted a testimonial about my trifolds and how she enrolled someone with a diamond kit and helps them get started on their health journey really simply by using my trifold. And I messaged her and said, girl, we got to talk. We got to find out what you said. So I'm going to have Betty chat with us a little bit. Place, so there might be a little bit of background noise.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. So just bear with us, right? This is how we do it. This is doTERRA real life. So that's what we want to show people is you don't have to be in the perfect setting. You don't have to be in your kitchen. You don't have to be in a fancy setting. You can all do doTERRA. So Betty, tell us a little bit about how you introduce oils to people, like what tools you use, what kinds of things you say. So tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So as a flight attendant, I don't know if you and your businesses like have your little coffee chat rooms. Flight attendants, we get to know each other deeply within, 3 minutes, right? Because we talk.
Yep.
We're Insta friends, we always ask about everything, right? So I always carry my trifold wherever I go. I always have it with me, and I always have my keychain with me, and I always have the 10 top oils with me. So at any point, I love reaching out to people. I love to just ask them about, if I see somebody limping, oh, have you had that a long time? Anyway, so on the plane, when you're talking to flight attendants, this lady, I just started asking her questions, and it was just a flight from Orlando to Boston. And so, 2.5 hours. And we just started talking and by using Lisa's trifold, and I just read it. Ladies and gentlemen, I just read the trifold.
Yep.
Just read it. It's so easy. Talk about the 10 oils, talk about why doTERRA, and it's how it's certified therapeutic grade, and you can ingest it. There's no, pesticides, and how awesome it is. And as I go through the top 10 oils on the trifold, I have my little keychain. Taste the lemon, taste the, and so in your 60-minute, conversation or 6-second conversation, I might only talk 60 seconds, but I listen to her for a good 30, 45 minutes of the flight, right? In between,
as long as they want to talk, right?
People. Exactly.
Keep them talking.
It's always asking them, tell me about, so for me, wanting to have builders, starting to increase my business, I educate and empower people in their health and in their mind and in their finances. So I asked them, tell me your 3 top goals. I want to hear a goal in your health. I want to hear a goal on your emotions, and I want to hear a goal on your finances. And a lot of them, they have to think about it, right? So we started talking, and she's like, well, I have stomach problems, but I'm really concerned about my husband. And she just started going over her whole family. And so at first I showed her the different kits, the top, I was like, oh, these are the top. And she was going to buy the Natural Solutions kit because that was what was on here.
Yep.
But we just kept talking. She goes, I'll buy the Natural Solutions kit, even before we landed. And I said, well, tell me, about your daughter, and tell me about your granddaughter. And it got to a point where I said, what I try to tell people is buy the biggest kit your pocketbook can afford. I said, you've used the Steep Blue now. How does your neck feel? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. My husband would love this. I said, and how's your stomach since you took, because I gave her some peppermint a little, earlier in the flight. Oh my gosh, I don't have stomach pains. And to this day, she used to eat Tums like it was candy, and she hasn't had any in the last month and a half, right? And so she so I said, okay. I said, so you want to help your husband? I said, who else do you want to help? And who else and who else? Because I care, I want to know. So by asking those poignant questions, who else and what else how else can I help you? What else do you want to focus on? And I said, it sounds like you really need the diamond kit. I said, she wanted the skincare products for herself. She wanted the Deep Blue stuff for her husband. She wanted the shampoo for her daughter. She wanted, so many things. And I said, if you look at this diamond kit, you're going to save over $1,200 because you want to help those goals anyway.
They're going to save.
Yeah. So when we landed in Boston, now we were in the back alley. So as people were deplaning, I'm like typing in my phone because our phone's amazing.
Yes.
And I just go to doTERRA and I just get it. I said, well, so what's your address? And I just typed it in. What's your phone number? What's your email? And I got to the point where the kits are, and the diamond kits first. And I said, okay, what's your choice? Do you want to do this one? And she saw right on there, the savings, $1,200. She goes, I want the diamond kit. Just hit the button.
She was ready.
She was ready. She was ready.
The right way.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Your transition is beautiful. Assuming that this is what she needs. That's what I noticed. I chatted with someone new this weekend, and I could see all of her apprehension about sharing doTERRA and recommending kits. And I said, you know what you're missing is you don't have 100% confidence in the product yet, right? Because I have no problem saying, here's what you should do. What are you comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
Recommending, free oil or diamond or natural, it depends on what it is, right? I just told someone with 900 people because that's what was best for them, not me.
Right. Not me.
I don't care what they enroll with, but I want to make sure that I'm saying, here's what you should do. What are you comfortable with? And that's what you did so well, was you have 100% belief in the product.
I do.
Every single one of us, hindsight, would get the diamond kit if our budget allowed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have that belief. Yeah, I really do.
That's what we need to help. That's what I want to help people work on, is removing all of that doubt and insecurity. Because what's the worst she could have said? That's not my budget.
Yeah. Well, and she, before I even got to my, quote unquote clothes, she's like, well, I'll just buy the Natural Solutions kit. And I wasn't even there yet. I was still listening to her and her needs, and she was already, well, I'll just get the diamond kit when we land. I'm like, okay, but tell me about this, and tell me, and what about, this? Sorry, the wind is blowing my hair.
Your relationship building.
It is, yeah. So it's amazing, and for her growth and her excitement, and to hear that, you know, her husband was going to have a hip replacement surgery and is taking the supplements, and then he's using the oils and is choosing not to have the surgery, and he's doing the protocol. I gave her my protocol book, and she's, you know, it's amazing. I love changing people's lives.
So if you have trouble remembering, not you, Betty, because you don't, but those of you watching, if you have trouble remembering what kind of things you want to know, you can use my free custom enrollment form to prompt the files tab of Biz Tips. So what helps you to remember to keep asking people about them and who else can they help, and tell me what else you have going on in your life. I've got little prompters here called Health and Life. That way you remember to ask those questions. What I want them to hear, Betty, too, is share with us your transition. I might talk for a second. It's okay. I'm going to be here for just a second. Chat for a minute and share some of your stories. All right. So one of the things, well, there's a whole bunch of things I love about what Betty shared with me, is she shares with all flight attendants, right? She's not like attacking them with oils as soon as, right? Because these are instant relationships. You're on this flight for hours with strangers, you know, different flights, different times. And what she does is she has a personal, genuine interest in getting to know these people, just not attacking them so she can sell oils, right? She's going to work with these people. She'll probably see them again on another flight someday, right? She's making friends and developing relationships first, okay? She's helping people solve their problems. She's filling a need for them, all right? Second, very last thing that she focuses on is helping them purchase the product, and right, because if you don't do steps 1 and 2, right, relationship development and solving problems and filling needs for them, you're not going to get to number 3. All right. So it's so important that you're not focused on a sale, but you're focused on a person and their needs and relationship development. Because maybe they will say, no, I'm not interested. But you say, awesome, no problem. And you still relationship develop with them. So for example, right, my 2 enrollments the last 2 weeks were people that I had conversations with 4 years ago, 4 and 4.5 years ago. But they found me because I'm consistent in being seen as the doTERRA person. They found me when they were ready. They found me when they were ready to quit smoking because a major health condition came up. They found me when they had cancer that metastasized, but is not going away, right? So sometimes they'll say yes right away, just like what Betty did. And sometimes that's just phase 1 of planting seeds. You don't know where you're at, if you're going to be able to help them on the first try or the 10th communication. But the point is, you're developing relationships along the way. All right. So I want Betty to share how she transitioned to talk to her about sharing and building. So share with us that.
Well, this one was a little bit unusual in that she asked me.
Mm-hmm.
So
like you did, and how you did
she
it.
liked what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I just told her, I said, so, you know, you're
Oops, she froze a little
going to
bit.
get your key out of, you have your mother there, whoever, when we do your lifestyle overview, because I believe in the lifestyle overview. I think it's so important.
Okay.
And I said, and I didn't talk about, you know, LRP or anything other than the fact I told her, you know, in 60 days, she was going to be having, you know, $400 in her loyalty rewards kit. Okay. And I just kind of left it at that because you don't want to, I mean, it's overwhelming enough, right? Yeah. So yeah. I just sort of, is it too windy here? I'm so sorry. So I just said to her, now that you've got your kit, number 1, we're going to do your lifestyle overview, right? Mm-hmm. And number 2, I said, there's a couple of ways that, you know, I like to do this. First of all, this is my business. and I'm always looking for business builders. So when I asked you about your health goals, I said, we've covered that. I've asked you about your emotional goals. We've covered that. I said, I want to ask you about your financial goals. I know that you're planning to retire here next September. You know, what
You
is
learned
it
that your relationship developed.
because I learned that exactly. I said, so what's your plans? You know, what are you going to do? And she said she was going to, oh my goodness, I'm blanking out right now, but it was something like, you know, go work at Walmart or something. It wasn't that, but, you know, something equivalent to that.
Yep.
You know, help at the library or something to that effect. And I thought, okay, I said, well, I'm looking for builders. And I said, I love to help people with their finances. You know, would you be willing to, you know, think about, you know, doing what I do? Or because she had mentioned something about her daughter wanting to, you know, needing income because of her granddaughter. And I said, I would love to help your daughter earn some extra income. I said, what would an extra $500 be like for her? She goes, oh, it'd be amazing. She goes, it'd be amazing for me. I said, you could do this, girl. You could so do this. She goes, oh, I'm not a salesperson. I said, honey, I just read this to you, right? She goes, yeah. I said, you know how to read, right? And she said, yes.
We
Because you have to have humor, right?
You know how to read.
Yeah, you know how to read. And so she's like, yeah, I could. So, you know, it transitioned that easily. I said, okay, when I come for your lifestyle overview, I would love to bring you a build guide. I'd love to just, and a share guide. And let's just talk about it. I didn't want to overwhelm her. I didn't, you know, but I wanted to plant the seed, like you said.
And that's
and
what
so,
planting the little seeds to get them thinking. So
yeah.
Your language was perfect. But none of those things would have happened so smoothly had you not gotten to know her in your conversations, right? And so people assume a lot of times when I say 60-second enrollment that I'm with them 60 seconds. My portion is 60 seconds because then I close my mouth and open my ears, because the sweetest sound to anyone's ears is their own voice, right? So we want our customers feeling loved and appreciated and know that we're getting to know them, right? How long ago was that? And you already remember, 95% of what she said and shared because you were interested and you cared.
Absolutely. Well, and I do take notes. I have a little tiny notebook that I carry with me just because my bags are so heavy. But I do copy in I do have a tablet at home, a 3-ring binder that I transfer it to. But at least my notes, I just, scratch it out and.
Yep. Now you see how Betty didn't get complicated. The tool she used, Trifold, keychain of the top 10 oils that you can get. Trifold you get from lisazimmer.net shop. The keychain you get from your doTERRA LRP cart, right? And you just fill it with your oils. And then when it was time to discuss learning more about sharing and building, she's using Empowered Success, Share, and Build Guide. Like, you don't have to be crazy. You don't have to be nutty. Those help. Now, the sharing guide is more for a sharer, right? Not a hostess that doesn't want to build. So that's why I created the Hostess Trifold, and that's available on lisazimmer.net as well, right? So merging our tools together gives you the solutions for every situation, right? Yeah. And so, but nothing Betty did was complicated. She said to someone, had a conversation about them, introduced her doTERRA. If they weren't interested, they're going to tell you they're not interested. Right?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times when I ask questions, and I say, if you were, you don't have to buy anything today, but if you were to buy a kit, do you want big bottles or little bottles? And if they say, I don't know, then I know I need to ask more questions, right? But if they say, if money was no object, I'd get the big bottles, of course. So they were paying attention, right? So then it's a money need. So I find out if they can't get the big bottles, it's a money need. So then ding, 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 I can help you get that money.
Share.
Right.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that you know, plays part.
I love how you put it all together and pulled it all together and didn't assume what was right for her budget, right? That's their decision, not ours.
I almost did.
You use your big bottle kit, right? Small bottle kit as a test to see where they are and learn more about them. So, so important to develop relationships. Like these relationships that Betty is taking the time to develop on these flights, these are relationships that are going to last a long time, right? We are in a business of relationship development, not selling oils. All right. So, and these relationships that Betty is taking the time to build, they're going to last for a lifetime. If she decides that there's something else that goes great with her doTERRA business, right, and helps her doTERRA business, she'll be able to pull those people into that as well, right? Anything health and wellness related. And, I don't think doTERRA will ever go out of business, but I'm always preparing, right? Things like that, having been out of work for 3 years when I was sick, but say something happened, right, and doTERRA went out of business. Have relationships built to continue to be successful in careers for your entire life. The reason I like to share that is I did that in the jewelry business and the real estate business, and neither of those businesses long term were right for me. And so even though I was successful at both, they just didn't fill my cup. So but the relationships that I developed, I turned around and used and helped those people change their quality of life and help change their finances. And I wouldn't have had them to talk to or be able to help them if I hadn't developed relationships pre-doTERRA. Right. So I want to encourage everyone, whether it's an existing situation, meeting a new coworker, don't forget to reach out to every previous relationship that you've developed, not to sell, right? But to help. I never feel like I'm selling. I never do. Do you feel like you're selling, or do you just feel like you're helping?
No, I don't think I'm selling at all. I'm educating and I'm empowering them, taking their health into their own lives, in their own hands. If they can help, instead of going to the doctor for an earache, they can take 62 cents.
Right.
Families, that's important.
Around those babies, right?
Right.
So simple.
Yeah.
We want to help empower people. Yeah. We want to help here at Biz Tips and Lisa Zimmer Trainings. We want to help you get that confidence to approach people, right? To start those conversations, to hand over the trifold. But more importantly, I want you to remember what Betty did. She didn't book another appointment to talk to them later. Don't do that. We don't have time for that in this society. We don't have the attention span. Don't delay your ability to help them now, right? For example, when I called the person, I just called a phone number off of a catalog, right, to get my doTERRA. I was dying, literally, disabled, brain damage, begging to die and be with Jesus. Had she said to me, "Oh, can you come to a class? Oh, can you come to my house for an appointment? Oh, can we make another appointment?" My conversations with her would have ended, and I would not be here today. Do not delay the process in helping people. Do not abuse their time. Their time is their most valuable commodity. Do not abuse it. Help them now. You're not being pushy. You're being respectful of their situation, their time, and you're making this easier for them. Don't monopolize their time because you think they need to hear more and more and more of what you have to say. They don't. They only need to hear us for 60 seconds, right?
Right. I had I talked to my upline yesterday, and she had this great comment that was so empowering to me. She just said, "What if you just had 30 seconds of no fear?" What would that look like? And what would your future self say to you that day that you just asked the question, right? Or did whatever it was, do something today that your future self, would be glad that you did, happy that you did, proud that you did.
Saying yes to doTERRA for me.
Right. But those of us that are fearful to say, are you ready to buy right now? Are you, what's it gonna, do you need more information? Do you need, would you like the big kit or the little kit? Let me help you.
Go ahead and order that.
Or if they say, I have to think about it, it's like, okay, then you know to ask more questions, right? Because clearly you didn't answer something for them because it's about them.
Exactly right. Exactly right. It's very rare. It does happen, but it's very rare where someone's not going to be able to make the decision. They don't have all their questions answered yet, and they don't know what questions to ask. So their walls are still up. And so it's whether they don't trust you yet, they don't know enough yet, they don't understand whatever the questions are, or maybe they're assuming it's very expensive and they haven't gotten to that yet, right? Whatever it is, develop that relationship and have conversation. We need to get back to the art of conversation. That's what so many people are missing. They're not able to open up these opportunities because of our inability to converse anymore. And you, being a flight attendant, that's a skill you have and you've developed, right? You have to be able to talk to anyone and everyone at any time.
But I mean, we have flight attendants that are introverts as well, and you can be. I am just not one. But no. I think anybody, even an introvert, can do doTERRA. Yep. Like I told her, because she's somewhat of an introvert, but once she knows you, she will open up to you. So I told her, I said, just read it. Just read to your friends.
Trifold, learn the 60-second enrollment script. It's free in the files tab. And then your share and build guides from Empowered Success for doTERRA are free. Just go get the PDF link on the website and email it to them, right? Tell them to print their own, just print page 1. Which for those of you that are learning, right? Like, why don't my materials match doTERRA's exactly? I don't do full color anywhere on my tools because they take all your ink.
Right.
In the design, like the very first one we did, the front cover was full color, and it came out of my printer like all wet and wrinkly, and I'm like, ooh, new design. So when you send your doTERRA tools for people to print their own, just remind them not to print page 1, right? You don't have to spend money. You don't have to buy the tools. Use things electronically when you can, right? Okay, so anything else you want to share, Betty, before you go? Oh, share with them how many other people you're talking to.
Well, last night I had a flight from Denver to Boston. I'm here in Salem. Say hi, Salem. And I sold 2 home essentials kit and 1 family essentials kit. One of them, she has to wait till the 5th to buy it, but she is on board. So, and I just did the same thing. And I, just have my little keychain, and I always have my spray bottle of On Guard in my apron for instead of hand sanitizer.
Oh,
and
perfect.
That a lot of times opens the door.
Right? You use it and people see it. You can't wear doTERRA gear, right? So one of the things we always do is wear doTERRA shirts. My husband wears a hat, whatever. You can't do that. So you've got to come up with something to open that.
Exactly. So I have my spray bottles. I have my peppermint it's all in my apron. I just say, hey, do you want some peppermint? You feel a little tired? Here's some peppermint. Oh, wow. What's that? It opens the door.
Conversation starters. For those of you watching, post in the comments what some of your conversation starters are. All right. How do you get people? Like, I was at a event in my home and sitting in the garage for a party. It was cross country meet dinner, and there was a big banner of me about essential oils. It was like a business card, but it was, you know, huge, like 6 foot. And that was a conversation starter. I never had to say anything. They're like, "Oh, you do those essential oils, right? I've seen you on or whatever." And tell me about that, right? Conversation starter. Tell me what your guys' conversation starters are out and about. Share with us how you help get that conversation going. We had a lot of people comment that they enrolled their Uber drivers, servers, flight attendants, people on the plane, post convention using the Trifold. So I want to hear what you say, right? This is why I had Betty on today when she said she had someone enroll with the Diamond Kit using the Trifold. I said, everyone in our audience needs to hear your words and the situation and how it came to be, because that's what we're afraid of. We think it can't happen and assume it can't happen, right? And we need to realize that it can, but it's not going to if you hold on to that fear, if you don't have 100% product confidence that who you're talking to needs what you have. I know every single person needs what I have. Doesn't mean they'll all say yes the first time or the third time. It might take those 7 to 10 touches, might take touch 7, might take touch 10, might take 4.5 years, right? But eventually everyone's going to realize that they need what I have. It just might not be right now. But nice job on helping people get the best way to buy, which is the bigger you go, the more you save, the more family members you can help. Tell me who all in your family you'd love to help with doTERRA, or friends that you'd love to help with doTERRA. So excellent questions and tips, Betty. I love it. Thank you so much for your time today. I know you're traveling and really appreciate you jumping in. And so I'm gonna take the opportunity to go ahead and log out, or you can stay on. I'm gonna talk about my new handout for Hormone. So
Awesome.
yep, if you want to go ahead and log out of the meeting, if you want on the Facebook Live, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to send you a message when you're done. I have a little gift for you for taking the time to come on your trip and share with us. So I'll reach out to you shortly here. Thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations on doing such a great job.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Wasn't that fantastic, you guys? I'm so excited. Okay, let me see what kind of comments you have going here. But isn't that great? I want to hear. Oh, yay, Kieran uses my spray recipe. So one of the things I travel with is a body spray of lavender and eucalyptus or serenity and eucalyptus. Every time I wear it, someone asks me about my oils. Right, so share with us how you transition, right? I'm so glad my builder, Anita, is on here because I'm going to chat about her and relationship building in WWZD today. So if you've not joined WWZD, What Would Zimmers Do? That's our course on how to build your doTERRA business every single day. This one, we're talking convention products. We have a free oral health care insert to teach classes on oral health care, to give to dentists, to give to hygienists, etc. And tons and tons and tons of great in-depth tips. And we've already provided over 300 graphics for you for building your business on Facebook and social media. All right, so look for me in WWZD later today. All right, to get in WWZD, you go to lisazimmer.net/shop. Happy Hormones is out. I've been working on this handout for over a year. So what took so long? Well, one, we have a women's wellness handout that is great for basics on getting started with women's wellness and uses Lifelong Vitality Pack, Women's Health Kit, you know, some breast health, emotional health, what women should do daily, hot flashes, also used as a perfume spray, etc. But it was, what do I want to say? I wanted to dig deeper into full-blown hormones, and I wrote the hormone one around the cleanse kit, and then it went out of stock. And I just wasn't loving the recipes. They just felt too basic. Like I didn't feel comfortable charging for something so basic. I know you all use our tools because of the process. They help you enroll people, they help you increase LRPs, they help you at vendor events, get enrollments, they all that. But I still want to make sure that the recipes are special. We sat down to tackle the hormone handout again for the umpteenth time, and I did some research on the new convention products, and guess what? Those oils have hormone benefits. So I'm super excited. Her Happy Hormones is out and it's on the website. And we're going to keep the early bird price of $19 up because we've thrown so much at you at the last week. We're going to keep it up through next payday, right? Get it as soon as you can so you can start doing these classes because this topic is hot. All right. And so you're going to love it. It's geared instead of the cleanse kit. It's geared around the top 10 kit. So you don't have to change how you do your classes. And then we just have a tip on there to do the, excuse me, to do the 30-day cleanse quarterly. So post in the comments if you're excited about the hormones handout. I'm super pumped. And you're going to love it. It incorporates the new stuff. If you are in a market where you don't have the new convention products yet, don't panic, right? This is a great tool to have for when you do get those products. Don't forget that I give you permission to edit my tools. All right. We have the US version and the Australia, New Zealand version. They don't have prices on the make and take handouts that you can use for everything. So you might have to edit the name of an oil if you're in a market where the oil blend is a little different. You might have to take something out that you don't have, but if you have access to a US virtual office, it says right on there, asterisk, available in your US back office, right? So these work for every market. You can tweak them, right, to fit your needs. So I'm super excited about her Happy Hormones. A year in the making. I'm very proud of it. Tested all the recipes thoroughly. The Feel Good, Smell Good, which is a hormone balancing a body spray perfume type. We went through a lot of recipes to get the right one that smells fantastic and serves a purpose. So you're going to love them. Just to give you a few ideas, hormone release helps your body release hormones if you're having trouble releasing hormones and enzymes. If you're feeling depleted and anxious, we have that recipe on there. Feel Good, Smell Good is hormone balancing and a great body spray. Moisture Restorer is for as you age, your soft tissues become less moist. So it's for dryness for women and great recipes on there. And anyway, just great tips. Okay. We have one on there for celery juicing and a special recipe for that. And that is not to make and take wise, but you can definitely offer that, excuse me, in your class. So I'm so excited. I know hormones is hot for everybody. So I really hope you enjoy this new handout. It's going to be on sale for $19 through mid-October. I'm going to wait till after doTERRA payday. Make sure that everybody gets access to the reduced price. Then it'll go to $25. So on the website, lisazimmer.net/shop. And then don't forget, we have the convention make and take available for US and then the Australia, New Zealand version. Again, you can tweak that. The Australia one does not say kit, it says convention products because we're not sure that you're actually getting full kit, but we know you're getting convention products. So Tara's going to let us know this week how to buy all of our convention stuff, okay? They will email it, they will post it, as will I. So your convention make and take is only $10. I gave you a great deal on that because next year, that make and take is not going to make a whole lot of sense to people a year from now when there's a new convention kit. Now the recipes are going to be great forever, so you can always just tweak the top of that handout and reuse it. But because there is kind of a time limit on how long you're going to be able to use this particular handout as is, I wanted to give you a special price right now. Right, so get your convention make and take handout that you can use for all kinds of stuff. Get your hormone handout. Make sure you get the hostess trifold. So the video that I just did with Betty, right? We use the trifold to help people enroll in situations where it's you can use them in class, or you can do the natural solutions handout in class, whatever you're comfortable with. But you want the intro trifold so that you can talk to people everywhere like Betty does, right? On her flights, she's not going to whip out a natural solutions booklet, right? They can't put that in their pocket. They can't throw it in their wallet, etc. So you're going to use the intro trifold. When people want to know about hosting a class, but they're not ready to share and build, you're going to use the Zimmer Hostess Trifold. That's for hostesses to help them plan, gives them scripts to use. doTERRA's sharing empowered success tool is what you're going to use for sharers, right? It's more information than you want for a general hostess, because it talks about sampling, it talks about starting to build a business, etc., right? So you're going to use that for sharers, and then you're going to use the build guide with it to share with people income opportunities to help them start building, right? So my tools merge beautifully with the Empowered Success System. My tools are approved by doTERRA Compliance, Marketing, and Licensing, right? So you can use them for that. All right, so let's see what else is going on. Australia market, Australia, New Zealand market. Your trifold is on sale right now, your intro trifold, for $16. That'll be on sale through next payday, October payday. Get that while it's on sale. I never had these products on sale except when we first launched something. I'll do an early bird price for a short time. So go grab your Australia, New Zealand trifold. For New Zealand, you just change the prices. All right. It's very simple to edit on sajda.com, and you can learn how to do that. We have videos in here on how to do that. And get those now. And then I don't plan on having sale prices after we get through this run, except when we launch new products. All right. So unless something changes. I think that's all I have for today. I'm super excited. Let's talk about, let me grab my list of what I wanted to make sure and cover today. All right, what we're covering in WWZD is how to finish out this month, how to reach your power of 3, the things you can do, special incentives you can offer, and what you say it when you make the deadline, what you offer to get the results that you want, and also the same thing for ranks. We're talking about that in the WWZD course. Don't be afraid to tell people the truth. I wanted to make sure and cover that today, right? So if the truth is the people need, in a perfect world, right? If someone comes to you for cellular health and they need the Symphony of Cells Maxim protocol and the Symphony of Cells C2 protocol. Symphony of Cells is a book that you can get on truewellness.com, truwellness.com, or I think you can get them at aromatools, oillife.com, a lot of the tools websites. If they need C2, the Maxim protocol, and a cleanse kit, right? Can't do a cleanse kit, so just build it yourself. Add that up, tell them this is really what you should do, but what are you comfortable with, right? Don't be afraid to tell them the truth. The truth is you really should do that. But what are you comfortable with, right? The worst they can say is, yeah, that's not a bad answer. I want to do it right. Let's go ahead and get all that. Awesome. You know, it runs right around $1,000. $900 to $1,000, or that's not in my budget, but I'd really like to get started. Then your answer is, right, do what's best for them. You're not trying to sell, you're just trying to help them get what they need so you can change their life. I totally understand that, Susie Q. What budget are you comfortable with? And I'll get as much of this, the most important things in there that I can for you. just ask them the question. Don't be afraid to ask, be honest, and tell the truth. All right. You don't have to sell. You just have to tell them the truth. This is what you should do, but what are you comfortable with? All right. Next, I want to talk about having patience and giving people grace, right? Giving people some grace. So, one of the reasons I thought about this is so many people are like, oh my gosh, asking a million questions about convention products. And yes, in a perfect world, doTERRA would have answered all that at convention. But I understand how doTERRA operates, right? They try to do so much for you in such short amounts of time that things are not going to be perfect. They are just like us, and they are going to learn along the way how to do things differently. The reason I want to talk about this is every year at convention, they learn something new, how to do something better. This was hands down the most amazing convention ever because every year they identify problems, see how they should do things differently, and correct them, right? Instead of us coming back and jumping on the negative train about what we didn't like, right? Always feel free to send that, but always remember to be positive, be patient, and show some grace, right? You go through these same things in building your business, all right? You're not going to know how to do everything the first time. You're going to have to do things. And that's what I want to teach you here. Just do. You can't learn yourself into perfection. Expecting perfection is completely unrealistic, right? So go teach a class. I don't care if you make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Know that right now. Know you're going to give yourself some grace. Know you're going to learn something. You're going to get some feedback. And just like doTERRA, you're going to fix it for the next time. Okay. So let's be patient. Let's show doTERRA some grace and support for all the mind-blowing things that they do unbelievably well. The adaptive system, right? The yarrow palm system, these turmeric capsules, these peppermint capsules, mind-blowing products. Adaptive alone, I have gotten more done in the last week than I have probably gotten done in a couple months. I filed about a 2-foot high stack of papers last night. They either got filed or they got put in the recycle bin. I had not filed this stuff since prior to leadership 6 months ago. Okay. Just kept piling up and piling up and piling up. Not only did I get it filed, I got checklists made for everybody, myself for today's live. By the way, great tip here, laminate white pieces of paper and reuse them so you don't end up with a 2-foot stack of sticky notes and paper. All right. So when I'm done today, this gets wiped off because this was for Monday Live. Don't be afraid to tell people the truth, just like Betty did, right? She told that woman the truth that the diamond kit would be best for her because she wanted to help so many people and it was in her budget and she'd save $1,200. That's what was best for her. The woman would tell her if it wasn't best for her, if it didn't fit her needs. Give doTERRA some grace and show patience, right? Be positive. doTERRA goes above and beyond any other company. And what a lot of people don't realize if they've never been in business for themselves anymore is how much doTERRA goes above and beyond. You don't have to maintain an inventory, all right? You don't have to spend any money to build your doTERRA business. All you have to invest to build your doTERRA business is 100 PV monthly, which is about $100. Buy the product for yourself to use. That's it, right? Spend $20 on a trifold and $6 on a keychain, just like Betty did. Boom, you're a business. Okay. So anyone else in a brick and mortar business is in the red, meaning not profitable for years before they turn a profit. You get to start doTERRA. You get to control how much you spend, and all you have to spend is a little over $100, all right, a month. And that's replacing products in your home that you're already spending more money on. That's it. right? And so remember what doTERRA is giving you, the ability to run your own business on their dime, right? No rent, no inventory. So even if you don't have a post-convention tour in your area, right? So not everybody's going to. Let's be grateful for what we do get, right? They're going to launch these amazing convention products, give us some great deals on things. I just want to remind people to have patience and remember all the ways that doTERRA goes above and beyond to help you build this business affordably, to be successful, to work from home, to stay home with your kids, to work and do your business on an airplane, traveling all over, to do it while you're doing your other job, whatever the benefits are. So take some time today and make a list of all the things that you appreciate about doTERRA. I want you to do that because coming up in your business, you're going to have a bad day. All right. We never want to quit on a bad day. Right. I got to Diamond, was burnt out because I did not use trifolds. I did not have the 60-second enrollment created yet. I did not have my make and takes created yet. I got to Diamond. I was burnt out. Nobody was coming to classes anymore, and I didn't love it. And my husband said, how's about instead of complaining about all the things that we don't like about this, that you just put your energy and focus into what you do like. And if there are problems that you think can be solved, you solve them. It's not someone else's responsibility to solve them for you. This is your business. You solve it. And so that's what I did. And now we have an amazing business that we love, and we appreciate doTERRA because we have the right frame of mind and mindset. Okay. It isn't doTERRA's job to spoon feed us, right? Absolutely everything. We are still self-employed, independent contractors, responsible for our own business, responsible for our own attitude, and responsible for focusing on what's important. So what's important? Reaching out to people, educating about products, telling them how to get the products, educate them some more, tell them how they can share doTERRA too. It's not about spending hours and hours on end reading Facebook posts, right, that are completely irrelevant and engaging in things that are not relevant to you building your business right now. So one of the things I want to advise you on is start logging out, unfollowing, turning off notifications of too many groups. You don't need to know what's going on in a doTERRA trading page. That's not going to build your business, right? You go in there when you need to do something or whatever. Start managing how you're spending your time. So many people are spending time on Facebook, learning, reading, and not being productive, right? I want you to be in here because we're going to teach you how to do, right? Do doTERRA, not just play and pretend and read Facebook posts about doTERRA and think about doTERRA. I want to teach you how to do doTERRA, right? Big difference. Make a list today of all the positive ways. Post in the comments. I want to hear from you. Post in the comments. I'm going to give away a happy hormone handout. Okay. If you've already purchased it, I am going to refund it to you. Right. So I'm going to announce a giveaway next week. Get your happy hormone handout now. And then if you get it and you're the winner, I'm going to refund it. Okay. I want to hear from all of you the positive things that doTERRA and the doTERRA business, right? Not just the products. I want to hear how the business has helped you, your family, whatever. Okay. Let's focus on the positive. The reason I say this is there's too many groups that people join just to vent and unload if they're having a bad day. And that's not productive. That's not problem solving, right? We're not here to unload about our bad day. We're here to problem solve, right? And make these businesses amazing. Okay, I say that because obviously I read some silly negative stuff last night. Okay, I want to hear what are some positive ways that doTERRA's business opportunities have influenced you. All right, so positive ways doTERRA has influenced me. I'm a better person. I am a more patient person, right? I listen to people and all that they struggle with, And I have empathy, but it's helped me have better patience. It's helped me to understand people better. It's helped me to become a better leader, less controlling, less mothering, less micromanaging, when I realized that that's not my job. My job is to lead by example, do what I need to do to build my business, and just be an example for my leaders, not control them, not tell them what to do, just lead by example, and they either do it or they don't. I'm not their mother, I'm not their babysitter, I'm not their boss. It's taught me to step back and stop trying to control everything. All right. What else? It is a leadership and self-development company hidden in an essential oil business, an essential oil company. I have developed a better relationship with my husband by using the strengths finders, the Gallup strengths finders test that doTERRA encouraged us to do, right? So my husband came to work with me full-time in this business, and that was a challenge. We're together 24/7, 6 days a week. He leaves the house for 1 day a week to go help out at the car dealership just to get a little break from me and go have guy time. And he loves the owner and wants to help them out on the day that they need help with finance. And the strengths finders, what it did for us was help us see we're both type A, we're both controlling, we're both achiever, we're both strategic, but then our other skills are complete opposites, right? And identifying and having doTERRA teach us how to work within those skill sets instead of trying to change people, right? Help them play into those strengths and learn how to work with each other. And we learned how to work with each other, and it improved our marriage. When he's doing something that I'm never going to agree with, or but now I can appreciate it, that I can't change the way he thinks, I can't change the way he acts, but what I can change is how I respond to it, right? He gets stuff, you know how I say done is better than perfect. He takes it to the next level, right? He just gets stuff done, and I'll see like, oh no, that's going to create more work for me, right? But guess what? He got it done. That's how he does things. I'm going to be grateful that he got done what he got done, right? So instead of me complaining about how he does things and trying to change him, I appreciate how he is on the positive side, and just that, learn to appreciate other people's skill sets, even if they're different than yours and aren't in alignment with yours. Appreciate them. Oh my gosh, so many good things doTERRA has done for me. I've made amazing friends all over the world. You all make me feel like $1 million stinking dollars because you appreciate what I do. You made my husband cry. Hopefully he's not hearing me right now. So my husband has cried. I think I've only seen him cry. Oh, here he comes. One other time in our entire marriage. He didn't cry when we got married. He didn't.
Careful what you say, princess. I can hear you.
Sorry. He didn't cry.
It was the jalapeno.
It was not the jalapenos. He didn't cry when we had a baby. He cried the first time he got up in front of his peers, his equals. He was at Rotary and spoke about what happened to us, and spoke about doTERRA essential oils and co-impact sourcing, focused on the benefits of the oils. Rotary is a service organization, so he focused on co-impact sourcing and healing hands, and how doTERRA was also changing the world like Rotary for the better. And started telling our story and about how I ended up in a wheelchair with brain damage from a prescription antibiotic, and saw him cry for the first time ever. And he'd already told our story like hundreds of times before that, but this was different because it was people that he saw every week through the bad time. And so it hit him differently. That's the first time I've ever seen my husband cry. That was probably in 2016, maybe. And we'd been married 17 years, and it's the first time I ever saw him cry. And he cried in public. But it was because those people were there for him and helping, supporting him every week, and knew what we'd been going through. And so it just affected him differently. So we were sitting at the airport leaving Utah, And even at the restaurant, everyone was coming up to me and telling me how grateful they were for our trifolds, our make and takes, 60-second enrollment, WWZD. It was awesome. People are like, oh, I don't want to interrupt you. Interrupt us. We love it. We love to hear what's working for you. We want to know that we're helping you. And he was reading something on Facebook about how grateful people were. And tears started rolling down his face. And I'm like, are you crying? Like, what the heck? And our Reuben sandwiches were really spicy. If you ever are in Salt Lake City, Utah Airport, go to Squatters and get the Reuben. It's amazing. And he said he was super choked up. It was crazy. And he said, I just love how much people love you and appreciate you. And it's just nice, right? Because everywhere I've ever worked prior to doTERRA, I was never appreciated. And it was really, really hard because I have problem-solving skills. I'm very analytical. I'm strategic, achieving, ideation. So I have ideas. I can get them implemented. I can think the whole processes through for every single department that's affected and how they're going to respond. And I was always shut down. You're a know-it-all. Oh, you're not old enough to know this stuff. Oh, da 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 da. So it was just very impactful for him to finally see that people appreciate me. And so he loves that. So he obviously loves me a lot. Anyway, now I got tears and it's not running down my face. All right. So I want you, right? And doTERRA did that for us. If it wasn't for doTERRA, we wouldn't have that. So make sure that you're appreciating this opportunity sitting in front of you. doTERRA is giving you an amazing platform and an amazing opportunity. You don't work for them. They are giving you an opportunity on a silver platter to run your own business with no expenses, no inventory, no overhead, no electrical, no rent, no water, no internet, right? You already have internet at home. You're going to have internet at home, right? No expenses that you would if you tried to run a business any other way. And I want to teach you to be grateful and appreciate what doTERRA is doing for you, right? If a package comes and an oil leaked, who cares, right? That's what your amazing customer service is for. You don't complain about it. I don't even notice that stuff, right? I call 1-800-411-8151. I say, hey, this leaked. They send me a new oil, no questions asked. Mind-blowing customer service, right? Just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean something silly like that, has any merit, right? Move on, problem solved. doTERRA's had it solved for you. They even have a customer service department for you while you're running your business, and they don't charge you for that customer service department, right? So let's make sure that we're showing grace and appreciation in all parts of our business. Make sure you're showing grace and appreciating your builders or sharers no matter what they are doing, because guess what? At least they're doing something. Even if they're not doing something anymore, but they're ordering product and loving it, be grateful for that, all right? These people didn't sign up to build a business for you and fill your pockets with income. They did it for them. So respect and appreciate wherever they are in their journey. If they're not building the business and getting you where you want to go, you do it. It's your business, all right? And so I just want to make sure that everybody remembers to find their patience, find their grace, and be grateful for what we have going on. And maybe it's the adaptive. Make sure you take adaptive every single day. Roll your adaptive. You're going to be productive, happy, and grateful. Happy oiling. Have a great day. Go get your happy hormones handout. Bye.